Welcome to the Dispatch. You are listening to a primer on Jammu and Kashmir. Who were the major political leaders who shaped the politics of Jammu and Kashmir in decades before independence? Here is a brief profile in episode 32.
The political transformation of Jammu and Kashmir in the 1930s and 1940s was shaped by a generation of leaders who came from different regions, communities, and professions. Their ideas, alliances, and rivalries collectively defined the political vocabulary of the state at a time when the Dogra monarchy, the British Raj, and the wider freedom movement were reshaping the subcontinent's constitutional future. Foremost among them was Sheikh Muhammad Abdullah, whose oratory and organizational ability made him the principal political voice of the Kashmir Valley. Emerging from the Reading Room Party, he helped found the All Jammu and Kashmir Muslim Conference in 1932 and later guided its transformation into the National Conference. His message of constitutional reform, administrative fairness, and broader political participation resonated widely and shaped mass politics in the valley throughout the 1940s. In contrast, Chaudhry Ghulam Abbas, an influential leader from Jammu, favored retaining a community-based platform focused on addressing long-standing socio-economic disadvantages among the state's Muslims. His disagreements with Abdullah reflected differing political strategies rather than personal hostility, and he remained one of the most respected voices of the Muslim Conference. Two other leaders, Bakshi Ghulam Muhammad and Mirza Afzal Beg, played decisive roles within the National Conference. Bakshi's skill in mobilization, negotiation, and organizational work strengthened the party's reach, while Afzal Beg provided strategic direction and acted as a bridge between leadership, cadre, and legislative work. Their roles became more prominent as constitutional debates intensified in the 1940s. Important political figures also emerged from Jammu's Hindu and Sikh communities. Sardar Butt Singh, an early legislator, represented Sikh voices and the concerns of urban trading classes. Girdhari Lal Dogra, initially a lawyer and a young journalist, articulated issues of public finance, economic justice, and administrative transparency, later becoming one of Jammu's most respected statesmen. Sant Singh Teg contributed significantly to civic activism and represented segments of the Sikh and urban middle classes. Kashmiri Pandit leaders added their own distinctive strands to the evolving political sphere. Pandit Kashyap Bandhu, a social reformer aligned with the National Conference, worked for secular mobilization and communal harmony in the valley. Shamlal Saraf, similarly rooted in the Kashmiri Pandit community, engaged in trade and labor organizing and became an influential figure in urban political life. Religious leadership also shaped political discourse. Mirwaiz Yusuf Shah, the foremost religious figure for large sections of Kashmir's Muslims, held significant influence through his sermons, networks, and educational initiatives. His political position, at times parallel to and at times competing with the National Conference, represented an important pole of public opinion in the valley. Ghulam Muhammad Sadiq, another prominent Kashmiri Muslim leader, emerged from the National Conference and contributed to its ideological evolution during the late 1930s. Leaders from socially disadvantaged communities also played formative roles. Bhagat Chhaju Ram worked actively for the upliftment of scheduled caste communities in Jammu, advocating for representation and dignity at a time when caste barriers remained deeply entrenched. Together, these leaders represented the diversity of Jammu and Kashmir's political life: secular nationalism, community-based mobilization, regional assertion, social reform, and economic justice. Their differences often produced sharp competition, but they also reflected the heterogeneous fabric of the state. By the 1940s, Jammu and Kashmir's politics had become a mosaic of constituencies and aspirations, shaped by the ambitions, rivalries, and convictions of this influential generation.
Thanks for watching this episode of Primer on Jammu and Kashmir. Here is a quick note from the editors of the Dispatch. While dealing with historical events, we are conscious of the fact that history has no single view. In places like Jammu and Kashmir, this can be more complicated. While explaining the events of history through this primer, we are taking the best possible care to be objective and to offer context wherever views differ starkly. We welcome you to write to us and enrich the knowledge base on Jammu and Kashmir.